Hi, Ron from Clarity. This video will demonstrate a few of the workflows from our WooCommerce to Dynamics GP integration solution. This client, Energetics, wanted a quick and custom integration to automate their sales orders from their online WooCommerce storefront into their Dynamics GP ERP, products and inventory back from GP to WooCommerce, as well as the ability to sync bidirectionally contacts and accounts. As a modular architecture, once we develop a connector to an application, that allows us to integrate any application to that app using the connector. We can also reuse and edit any workflows, pipelines, and mappings that we've done for any other client on any other connector. So we can integrate WooCommerce to any CRM, ERP, and supply chain, or integrate any storefront, omnichannel, or portal to GP using the connectors we're demoing here. To kick off our demo, our developers created an account in GP, customer ID, test add account for a Ron Halversen. Am I surprised that my last name is misspelled? Well, my bank can't even get it right, so no, not upset at all. We'll go back in a minute and verify the information once it's been synced. First, we'll run a quick search on my name and customer ID in WooCommerce to show that there are no matching results. Then we run the Accounts to WooCommerce Create pipeline, and as developers do, we'll click on the Details icon, which you can see auto-filters the log to just this workflow, and watch it process our pipeline. In debug mode, you can see that it's halted the Get GP Accounts node since there are no more accounts to grab. Then you can see it ran and finished the Upsert node, which posts the record into WooCommerce, so we should be good. Back to our search results window, hit refresh, and you can see the new record. Drilling into the record and scrolling down shows that not only did it bring the contact details over, it also synced the customer billing address, which matches our GP record, as well as our ship to address, which also looks like it matches our GP record. So now that the user account's created, let's test the bi-directional updates capability. This would be needed when a user updates their phone, email, or any of their address records in the portal. Let's modify the ship to street address from 1234 Test Street to Test Update in all caps. We double check that our ship to street address in GP is still holding the old 1234 Test Suite entry, then off to Connect to run the Accounts to GP update pipeline. After clicking Run, we click Details and see our filtered log, seeing multiple nodes that are comparing the account details, finding the edited address, halting after finding all of the WooCommerce edits, then finally upserting the update into GP. Back into our GP account details, and you can see that our GP ship to address has been updated to our all caps version update. To come full circle, we'll do an update in GP, changing it back to test 1234. Now we'll go run the Accounts to WooCommerce update pipeline, again waiting for the final upsert, before heading back into WooCommerce, clicking on refresh, and watch it change back to the GP entry. So now that we've validated account creation and bidirectional updates, let's go sync product inventory. We've just started by importing a couple products into WooCommerce. This first one, Phyto Lavage, is showing that there are 308 units in stock. However, in GP, it shows that there are only 289 units. Since the ERP is the source of truth for inventory stock counts, we need to run our product sync pipeline. Over to Connect, click on Run on our products pipeline. You can see that there's a node that prints the inventory, so you can see the 289 units here. We see the GP product picker node halted after finding no more updates to sync, and the product updates were upserted into WooCommerce. Back into WooCommerce, and a quick refresh will show that Phyto Lavage now has only 289 units in stock. As a reminder, these pipelines can be called in real time or scheduled to run as often as needed. For example, you may want to run the entire product catalog sync once a day at 2 a.m. if you had tens of thousands of SKUs, but you may need or want to run inventory updates every 10 minutes or sooner to keep a rapidly changing inventory as up to date as possible. Last but certainly not least, is processing a sales order from WooCommerce into GP for fulfillment. The first thing we'll do is take a look at order number 6403 in WooCommerce. This order was for 50 units of amoeba cord at $13.50 for a total of $675 and a $50 shipping fee placed by a Roncon Coma Chiropractic office out of New York. Into Connect, and we run the sales order to GP create pipeline. It bypasses a few nodes since this product is not drop shipped, until it gets to the final node and upserts the order into GP. Heading into GP, we refresh and see an order for $725. We drill in and see that it's for 50 units at $13.50 each with the freight charge of $50 matching our WooCommerce order. Finally, we'll drill into the user-defined fields to see that we created custom fields and populated that for the web order number, in our case pulling that from the WooCommerce order number of 6403, thus ensuring it's the same order. So in summary, we started by creating a new user in GP and synced the contact, details, bill to, ship to, and more into WooCommerce. We then updated the user's address in WooCommerce and synced that back to GP. We then corrected and edited it in GP and resynced it back to WooCommerce. We then moved on to products by syncing our inventory master count in GP over to WooCommerce. And finally, placed a sales order in WooCommerce that was synced to GP along with some custom fields for the WooCommerce order number and freight charge. So that's a quick view of Clarity Connect's WooCommerce to Microsoft Dynamics GP bidirectional integration. Thanks for watching.